Hello, boys and girls. I am just going to go over today how to fill out these conference slides. This is super important for you to get done because in your conferences, you are going to be presenting this to your parents and you are going to be the ones letting them know how you're doing, what goals you have, because you're fifth graders and you can handle this. And really, these are your grades, not my grades, right? So you are the one in charge of this and you are going to be the one explaining it to your parents. Now, right here where it says student name, the first thing you're going to do is highlight that and put in your name. You don't need to change anything else on this first slide. Then on the second slide, where it says name, you are also going to come in here and put your name. So that when you are presenting this to your parents, you just give them a nice welcome. Hello, I'm and welcome to my conference. I'm here to tell you what I'm great at, proud of, and how I can grow this year. That's all you need from this slide too. On this page, what I want you to do is you are going to write one or two things that make you super happy. So make a list of a couple of things that make you really happy. Reading a great book, watching my sister play. You come up with a couple of things that make you happy. You can do up to 3. If you have not done those, pause the video here because the next parts I'm going to get into are a little more detailed. All right, so these next slides are where we really start to get into how you're doing and the goals that you're setting this year. So first off, you're going to put down a goal that you have for reading and writing. And I need you to be specific here. We can't just say to be better at it because what does that mean? What area are you going to work on? Do you have a certain number of books you hope to read? Do you have a certain iReady level you hope to get to in reading? Be specific on what you're going to do to get there. So if I say my goal is to get to a 6th grade level in iReady reading, I am going to do this this isn't going to happen by a miracle. So you need to write some things you're going to do. Are you going to make sure you join every reading lesson and stay engaged? Are you going to do an extra 10 minutes of your iReady lessons every day? Do you have a certain number of books you hope to read this year? Go to the library and check out books. Be specific about what you're going to do, the steps you're going to take to reach that goal. Now, we also need to pause a second here to think about making realistic goals. If right now I'm at a 2nd grade reading level, is it very realistic that I'm going to grow 4 years to a 6th grade level at the end of this year? Probably not, right? So we want to set a goal that is one for us to reach to, right? I don't want to be 2nd grade and say I'll end the year 2nd grade either. But we also want this to be a goal that we can reach. So whatever goal you are putting here, I want you to really make sure it's a goal you can reach. And it doesn't just have to be iReady. You might set a goal about reading harder books or reading more books. You might set a goal about being engaged in our lessons. You might set a goal about your reading responses, right? And you're writing about reading and making sure you're using enough evidence and enough detail. Pick a goal that is something you think will challenge you, but that you can reach this year. This next box is for your parents or your guardians. What do you need them to do to help you meet your goals? Do you need them to set an earlier bedtime so you can read before bed? Do you need your parents to help you set up an at-home workplace so you can be more engaged? Do you need your parents to maybe have some type of rewards and consequences for your work getting done? What things could your parents do to help you meet your goals? Take you to the library. I want you to pause the video here and set your reading and writing goal and tell me what your parents need to do to help you get there. All right, the next part is you evaluating your effort throughout the first quarter in literacy. Now, effort, it means you joined our reading lessons. You read your book club book. You met with your book club. You took good notes on your book. What was your effort like? To fill this in, what you're going to do is you are going to click on the level you're giving yourself. So see how if I click on it, it highlights the box. Then you're going to come up here to this paint bucket tool and you're going to fill it in. So see how that filled that in? So if I'm giving myself a 2, that means I might have made a little progress, but I'm really not meeting the goals I have. Maybe I'm sometimes joining, not doing a great job of being engaged in the lessons. 3 means most of the time. Most of the time I'm joining, most of the time I am trying. A 4 is like I am crushing my reading. I'm making sure I join every day. I read my book. I had great discussions. Here's your evaluation of your effort, and right here, explain it. So if I'm saying I'm a 2, why am I saying that? Maybe I think I should be more focused during reading lessons. Maybe I missed some and I didn't go back and watch the live lessons. Explain why you're giving yourself the effort grade that you are. This last box, I don't want you to do anything to. On this box, I am going to go in there and I am going to put your iReady reading score there to talk with your parents about at conferences. Pause the video here, make sure you have everything except your iReady score done, and then you can play the video once that's finished. All right, the next slide is your math goals. So same thing as reading. Your first step is, what goal do you have for yourself in math? Now again, maybe this is tied to an iReady level. Maybe you are at a 3rd grade level right now, and you want to get to that 5th grade level by the end of this year. Maybe this is tied to your math facts. Maybe you want to get faster at memorizing your math facts. Maybe this goal is around a certain area of math. Is it finding multiplication that you need to work on, division you need to work on, fractions you want to work on? Set a goal, and then don't forget, we need some steps to reach that. If you're saying you want to be better at fractions, what are you going to do to work on that? Are you going to work in the freckle area of fractions for extra time? Are you going to make sure that you do all of your classwork for fractions? Spend extra time on your iReady lessons. Join every meeting, be engaged. Set your steps of how to reach that goal. Pause the video here and make your math goal and tell me how you're going to reach it. All right, now just like reading, what can your parents do to help you reach your math goal? Do you want your parents to get you some multiplication flashcards and study with you at night? Do you want your parents to have a rewards and consequence system for your math? Do you want your parents to set a time aside at night that they work on iReady lessons with you, or they play Sumdog or Prodigy with you? Think about what your parents realistically can do to help you meet your goals. Pause the video here and fill that part out. All right, last on this slide, same exact thing. What is your evaluation of your effort in math for first quarter? 1, again, meaning you probably didn't join very many meetings, or if you did, you were super not engaged, and you're probably not completing your math work. 4, meaning you rocked math. You did not miss meetings, you were there, you do your assignments, you can see the growth. And then don't forget, click on the box, use that paint can, fill it in. Then you need to explain why. If I'm giving myself a 2, why? Why am I rating myself that in my math? Why is that my effort score? Again, don't fill out iReady. Pause the video here. Make sure you have all of that on your math goals figured out. All right, this slide here are your work habits. So your work habits are behaviors that either support or don't support your learning. So for work habits, these are things like staying focused, participating in lessons, doing your independent work, doing your group work, muting and unmuting yourself, making sure you're joining lessons on time, making sure if you don't join lessons, you go back and watch the live lessons, asking for help when you need help. Any of those are work habits. So right here, I want you to write down one goal you have, one thing you think you want to be better at in your work habits, and steps you're going to take to reach this. Now remember, this behavior needs to support your learning. So what is something behaviorally that you could do that's going to help you reach your goals in math and reading and writing? And how are you going to do that? So if I'm putting down here that one of my goals is to make sure I'm more engaged in my learning, then some steps I might take are making sure I am in the meeting on time with my camera on and my microphone muted. It might be making sure that I'm in my quiet area so that I'm listening. Maybe that's participating a little more so that I can stay more engaged. Pause the video here, set a goal, and make some steps to reach it. Then next, you are going to Think about how your parents can help you with that goal. Do you need your parents to check dojo more frequently or check in with Miss Teelan more frequently? Do you need your parents to set consequences and rewards tied to your behaviors? Do you need your parents to help you set alarms or go through your agendas with you or go through missing work with you? But right here, I want you to set yourself a goal. And same as before, right here, I want you to evaluate your work habits. Number one, meaning you need a lot of daily reminders or you're not even joining meetings to have reminders. So are you needing reminders to unmute yourself, to stay focused, to get your work done? Or are you not even showing up for Miss Teelan to possibly give you reminders? That's a 1. A 2 is you might need some reminders, but then you usually change your behavior after getting those reminders. A 3 is you rarely need reminders. You rarely need help joining meetings. You rarely need reminders to have your camera on, your mic muted. And if it ever happens, you fix it right away. A 4 is when you do what you should be doing even when no one's watching. So even without check-ins, you're doing your work, you're joining meetings, your camera's on, your mic's muted, you're ready to go. So rate yourself on how you've been doing as far as your work habits, and then explain why. If you're saying you're a 3, explain that. What are you doing that shows that you're doing the right thing? The last spot here, I want you to leave blank. This is where I will fill in my thoughts on how you've been participating, how you've been joining our meetings, how you've been doing your independent work, and such. So make sure you have all of this filled out. And again, pause the video here and get your work habits filled out, except for Miss T's part. All right, the next page is where you get to share some things that you are proud of to your parents. So first off, say a couple of things in 5th grade that you've been really good at that we've been doing. And then I want you to share something you're most proud of that you've learned or that you've done this year. This is your page to really kind of have some fun and share those things you're proud of with your parents. When you have this done, that is it. This slide is where you will let your parents know if they have any questions that they can ask you for clarification, and otherwise it's my turn to kind of take over the conference and give them my opinion.